Hey everyone, and welcome back to Gratipower Podcast. You know, we often talk about attracting abundance and manifesting your dreams. And one of our listeners reached out with a fascinating question about those dreams. Specifically, can websites really help you fund them?
It's a question that's probably crossed all of our minds at some point. Is there really such a thing as free money out there just waiting to be claimed?
Right. Because if there is, sign me up. Our listeners sent us this YouTube video titled 16 Websites Where Rich or Kind People Literally Give Away Free Money. And, well, let's just say the title is definitely attention-grabbing. 16 websites. Wow, it's like a digital pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Or is it? Let's find out together, shall we?
Absolutely. But as always, we're approaching this with a healthy dose of skepticism. We want to help you navigate these platforms safely and effectively. So let's break down what we've learned about each one and what you need to know.
Sounds good to me. Let's start by getting organized. The video throws a lot of websites at us. So what's the best way to think about these platforms? How can we group them to make sense of this digital landscape?
Well, there are a few distinct categories that emerge. First, you've got the big players in crowdfunding for creative projects, the ones we've all probably heard of, like Kickstarter, Seed, and Spark, and Indiegogo. Think of them as the go-to platforms for artists, filmmakers, musicians, anyone with a creative project they want to bring to life.
Right, those are definitely the heavy hitters. Now, I love a good success story. And one that really caught my eye in the video was on Fund My Travel. Apparently, people are using this site to crowdfund their travel adventures. I mean, who wouldn't want a trip sponsored by kind strangers?
It's a brilliant concept if you can pull it off. But like any crowdfunding platform, it all comes down to your pitch. You need to convince people why they should invest in your journey. A stunning travel blog or social media presence could definitely help.
Okay, so compelling story check. Exotic location bubble check. But maybe not just lounging on a beach, sipping cocktails. You got to offer something unique, right? Give people a reason to care about your journey.
Exactly. And that brings us to another category of platforms. Those focused on funding businesses and startups. These are less about artistic ventures and more about entrepreneurial dreams. The video mentioned a few like Fundable Crowdfunder and Go Get Funding, which connect entrepreneurs with potential investors.
Speaking of entrepreneurs, the video highlighted this one pitch on Fundable for a hair straightening brush. They really played up the miracle aspect of this brush, promising sleek, shiny hair with minimal effort. It felt like those late-night infomercials where they make everything sound too good to be true.
That's the thing about crowdfunding. You have to be able to discern the genuine projects from those that might be exaggerating their claims, and that's where research becomes so important. Before you invest in any project or platform, do your due diligence.
So don't just jump on the miracle hairbrush bandwagon without checking the bristles, so to speak. Yeah, good advice. Okay, so we've got travel dreams, potentially miracle hair tools. What else is out there in the crowdfunding universe?
Well, there's another category that focuses on personal needs and causes. Platforms like GoFundMe and Just Giving come to mind, allowing individuals to raise money for medical expenses, emergencies, or charitable endeavors. And then there's beggingmoney.com. Yes, you heard that right. Begging Money.
Beggingmoney.com. I can't help but laugh. The name is so blunt. You have to admire their honesty, I guess. But it does make you wonder, does it actually work? Do people just hand over money because you ask nicely?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And it speaks to the broader issue of what free money really means. While some platforms rely solely on donations, many involve a kind of exchange. It's not always a straightforward handout.
Right, it's not like winning the lottery. You're often offering something in return.
Yeah.
Whether it's equity in a business, rewards for backers, or just a heartwarming story that resonates with people.
Precisely. And then you have platforms like Patreon, which operate on a subscription model. You're essentially paying for exclusive content or benefits from your favorite creators. It's more like a membership than a donation, right?
Like becoming a VIP member of your favorite podcast, or getting behind-the-scenes access to a musician's creative process. Okay, so we've got creative projects, business ventures, personal needs, and direct support. That's a pretty diverse landscape. But before we get too carried away by the possibilities, let's talk about the reality check. What are some things to watch out for, and how can our listener approach these websites with a discerning eye?
And Flags is any platform that guarantees easy money or quick riches. Remember, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is.
That's a good reminder. We all want to believe in the fairy godmother of finance, but sometimes you just have to face reality. No magic wands here, folks.
Exactly, and that's where the concept of gratitude comes in. Even though these platforms might not be handing out free money, They offer opportunities to connect with others, share your passions, and potentially receive support for your dreams. And that's something to be grateful for.
I love that perspective. It's not just about the money. It's about the community and the connections that can be formed through these platforms. It's about people coming together to support each other's goals, whether it's funding a creative project, launching a business, or simply lending a helping hand in times of need.
Absolutely. And speaking of gratitude, let's talk about how it can actually play a role in successful fundraising. There's a lot of research out there suggesting that expressing gratitude can make people more generous and more likely to support your cause.
That's fascinating. So it's not just about asking for money. It's about cultivating a spirit of gratitude and appreciation for the people who are willing to help you along the way. It's about acknowledging their generosity and expressing how much their support means to you.
Exactly. Think about those thank you notes you used to write as a kid after getting birthday presents. It's the same principle here. People want to feel valued, and expressing your gratitude sincerely can go a long way in building those relationships.
Okay, so gratitude is key. But let's get practical for a moment. What are some tangible tips for making a compelling ask regardless of the platform? What can our listener do to increase their chances of success?
Well, first and foremost, you need a clear and concise message. What are you asking for, and why should people care? You need to be able to explain your project or your need in a way that resonates with your audience. Think of it as your elevator pitch. You need to capture their attention and leave them wanting to know more.
Right, you've got to hook them from the start. And I imagine a good story can go a long way in making that emotional connection. People are more likely to donate if they feel personally invested in your journey.
Absolutely. Storytelling is a powerful tool. It allows you to connect with people on a deeper level and make them feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves. Think about those crowdfunding campaigns that go viral. They often have a compelling story at their heart, something that pulls at people's heartstrings and inspires them to action.
It's like that age-old saying, facts tell but stories sell. You need to weave a narrative that draws people in and makes them feel like they're part of your success story. Okay, so compelling story check. What else should our listener keep in mind?
Well, transparency is crucial. People want to know how their money will be used. So be upfront about your budget and your plans. Outline your goals clearly and explain how each contribution will help you achieve them.
Right, no shady business.
Yeah.
People need to trust that you're being responsible with their hard-earned cash. And I imagine a well-structured plan can also inspire confidence. It shows that you've thought things through and that you're serious about making your project a reality.
Absolutely, and don't underestimate the power of visuals. High-quality photos, videos, and graphics can make your pitch more engaging and help you stand out from the crowd. Think about those crowdfunding videos that go viral. They often have stunning visuals that capture people's attention and make them want to share your story.
It's like they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Or in this case, maybe $1,000. Okay, so we've got a clear message, a compelling story, transparency, a solid plan, and eye-catching visuals. Anything else our listeners should consider?
Well, one thing that often gets overlooked is the importance of a strong network. Don't be afraid to reach out to your friends, family, and social media followers. Spread the word about your project and ask for their support.
Right? It's all about tapping into that community spirit. And even if someone can't contribute financially, they might be able to help in other ways. By sharing your campaign on social media, spreading the word among their own networks, or offering valuable advice and feedback.
Exactly. Every bit of support counts. And remember, even if your campaign doesn't reach its initial funding goal, it's not a failure. It's an opportunity to learn, adapt, and refine your approach. You might discover new ways to connect with your audience, improve your pitch, or even pivot to a different platform that better suits your needs.
That's such a valuable perspective. It's not about winning or losing. It's about the journey and the lessons you learn along the way. And who knows, maybe that failure will lead you to an even greater success down the road.
It's all about embracing the process and maintaining that spirit of gratitude throughout. Because even if you don't achieve your initial goal, you've gained valuable experience, expanded your network, and potentially connected with people who believe in your vision. And that's something to celebrate.
Absolutely. It's about focusing on the abundance that's already present in your life and appreciating the opportunities that come your way, even the ones that don't turn out exactly as planned.
Well said. And remember, the principles we've discussed today apply not just to crowdfunding, but to any situation where you're seeking support. Whether you're pitching a business idea to investors applying for a grant, or even asking for help from a friend, it's all about being clear, compelling, and genuine in your approach.
That's such a powerful takeaway. It's about cultivating those essential skills of communication, persuasion, and gratitude. Skills that can serve you well in all areas of your life, not just in the realm of finance.
Exactly. It's about building relationships, fostering trust, and expressing your appreciation for the people who support you along the way. And who knows, maybe those connections will lead to unexpected opportunities and blessings down the road.
So while free money might be a bit of a misnomer, these platforms and the principles we've discussed offer a wealth of potential for those who approach them with a discerning eye, a grateful heart, and a willingness to put in the work.
Exactly. And for our listener who inspired this deep dive, I hope you feel empowered to explore these platforms with a discerning eye and a grateful heart. Remember, it's not about chasing quick riches, but about aligning your financial goals with your values and passions.
So true. It's about using these tools responsibly and ethically to create a life of abundance and purpose. And who knows, maybe you'll even inspire others along the way.
And for everyone listening, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you ever used any of these platforms? What are your experiences with crowdfunding or seeking financial assistance? Share your stories with us. We're all ears.
Absolutely. Let's keep the conversation going, and the comments are on our social media. And before we sign off, I want to leave you with a thought-provoking question. We've talked a lot about external platforms for funding, but what about the internal resources we all possess? What are the untapped wells of creativity, ingenuity, and resilience within you that could help you manifest your dreams?
That's a great question. It's about believing in yourself, your vision, and your ability to create the life you desire. Sometimes the greatest source of abundance is already within us, just waiting to be discovered.
So true. So go out there and tap into that inner power. Embrace the journey and never stop believing in the magic of your own potential. Until next time, stay grateful, stay empowered, and keep those dreams alive.